Food on the table, and even small donations can have a huge impact.
We know every time you go to the grocery store right now, you are shocked by your own food bill. But there are families in Colorado who are struggling to put anything on the table. This morning, we're live here at Food Bank of the Rockies, kicking off 7 days to help end hunger, and we need your help.
So we will get to Nicole and all the hard work taking place at the Food Bank of the Rockies here in just a few minutes. We do want to help get you out the door with your forecast, because as we start August, Katie, it will be a hot one.
Oh, it will be. Yeah, we're expecting mid to upper 90s to move back in over the metro area this afternoon. This morning, though, it is calm and mild and mostly sunny from Vail into downtown Denver. Temperatures, though, are already heating up. 73 degrees currently out at DIA. Relative humidity at 42% and winds sustained from the southwest. Temperatures 60s and 70s over the plains, with 50s now into many of our mountain towns. Expect the heat to really build through midday. Noon will be at 91 degrees, mid to upper 90s for our expected daytime highs for the metro area. Westminster, you're at 95 degrees, low 90s into Highlands Ranch, Lone Tree, and upper 90s from Brighton out to the airport. We will be seeing the chance for afternoon thunderstorms and showers, mainly over higher terrain. Here's what it looks like on Futurecast. Mostly sunny and dry through the first half of this Monday. Chance for an isolated storm, mainly just into the foothills. Could see one over the Palmer Divide, but otherwise it's going to be a mostly cloudy, breezy evening, and then we'll clear out with more sunshine and a better chance for storms tomorrow. Jason, over the metro.
And right now we do have still some delays. I want to show you 6th Avenue back here at Federal, where that's where our latest crash was reported on that eastbound side of 6th Avenue right there by Federal. Looks like the right lane's tied up, so a little bit heavy coming in from around Sheridan. We do have lanes open on east and westbound I-270 because we had this crash on the eastbound side right before you get to Vasquez. You're still seeing a lot of stop and go congestion there. I-70 has been holding a lot of that alternate route traffic. That's why it's heavier than normal trying to get through there, especially on that eastbound side going all the way across over here to about Colorado Boulevard. We have this power outage. It's a monster one. If you take a look at the XL Energy, this was updated 5 minutes ago. They still have over 2,300 customers affected, and they are estimating 1 p.m. Usually it's earlier than that, but we'll hopefully be a lot earlier than that. We'll keep an eye on that for you. And we also have this water main break on eastbound Colfax right near Fenton before you get to Sheridan that has those eastbound lanes blocked. And so you're going to have to, unfortunately, use 14th Avenue to get around that. If you don't feel like driving to work and dealing with all this madness that's going out there this morning and you wanted to let somebody else do the driving for you, well, mass transit is free across the state this month. And that includes the mountains, the Springs, Fort Collins, and here in Metro Denver, as all of the RTD buses and trains are free to ride this month.
You hop on the bus, you hop off the bus, you don't need to provide a ticket or anything like that. But I do encourage everybody to go online and check the schedules and service alerts prior to going to the bus stop, just to make sure that your bus is running on normal schedule.
As Brandon told me, that is key. I've already seen a handful of buses and trains not running due to the operator shortage this morning, and the Colorado Energy Office is paying for all these transit agencies across the state to offer these free rides to everybody. Now their goal is to reduce ozone, but it's also to get people more used to riding on transit again. Now, if you're wondering if it's worth it for you to take the bus or the train here today instead of getting in your car, well, we've already done the math for you. Denver 7's Christian Lopez is live at the RTD Bellevue station. Well, I guess she's there at the Bellevue station, and was. We'll check in with her, I guess, in a little bit.
All right, thank you, Jason. New information this morning about a tragic accident at Empower Field from Saturday night. A woman died after falling during the Kenny Chesney concert. Police say the woman was sitting on an escalator railing when she fell. In a statement, the stadium management company said there is nothing more important than the safety of our guests, and stadium management company is in communication with the Denver Police Department as it investigates this unfortunate situation. Kenny Chesney, the country music star, responded himself, saying in part, "Life is precious. Sharing music brings us together, and that love we share makes us so much more. For the lady who came to share that love, there are no words. For her friends and family's loss, I grieve with them and for them." And this isn't the first time this has happened at the stadium. Back in 2016, a man fell 60 feet over a railing. His family sued the stadium, which ended in a confidential settlement. Right now, many Colorado families are simply struggling to make ends meet.
For families who are already struggling, we're seeing some of the things that were there to help them and cushion during COVID are disappearing. And so they are having a double squeeze right now. Also, it's summer vacation, so their kids are home from school, which means added burden in their grocery bill.
Everything is strained a little bit more. Several programs that started during the pandemic have now ended. Families were getting their monthly checks from the advanced child tax credit. That stopped in January. A lot of COVID rent and mortgage assistance also ended, and the extra unemployment benefits have ended.
Things that were there that were really helping to float families through a really tough time are gone, and at the same time, everything's costing more.
These are just some of the reasons that food banks across the state need our help. And today, Denver 7 is partnering with the Food Bank of the Rockies to kick off 7 days to help end hunger, where Denver 7 Gives will match the first $10,000 in donations dollar for dollar. So your money goes twice as far right now. My co-anchor Nicole Brady is at the Food Bank's distribution center with all of their work, which is well underway, got underway hours ago, Nicole. And despite how much food we see, they need more.
Absolutely, they do, Brian, and it's a multitude of factors. You know, you just pointed out how many more families are struggling right now with inflation and that government assistance ending. But at the same time, food banks are seeing some of their sources reduced. Grocery stores facing supply chain issues, and government agencies that give them food haven't been able to do that as much. So right now, the Food Bank of the Rockies is purchasing 25% of the food that they distribute to our communities. And to talk a little bit more about their work here, we have Aditi Desai, the Vice President of Marketing and Communications for Food Bank of the Rockies. Thank you so much for being here with us today. You know, you guys do a Herculean effort to get this food out there, starting with the volunteers who will be arriving here in the volunteer center shortly. Is that right?
Absolutely. So we have anywhere, upwards of 100 volunteers here at our Denver distribution center regularly every day. And it's through them that we're able to really sort items that come in that are donated and pack food boxes for some of our programs, like our older adult program.
That, you bring up the individual programs. I mean, they're boxing shelf-stable food, milk, canned food for older adults, older Coloradans out there. They're putting food boxes together for mobile pantries, for homeless shelters, for agencies across the state. But you guys are struggling right now. Tell me about some of the ways your costs have gone up.
So the way that consumers are paying more at the grocery store, we're also paying more. So in June alone, we spent $1.7 million to purchase food just to keep up with the demand. I mean, spaghetti is up like 15%, beef is up 27%, canned fruit is up like 30%. So it's really challenging right now.
Yeah, and they do so much to make sure that the food that goes out to Coloradans is culturally responsive, giving foods that people recognize that they want to eat, and we thank you so much for your work here at the Food Bank of the Rockies.
Thank you.
And we hope that our viewers will be able to help you out, because they have so much power to leverage that dollar that you donate, that you, our viewer, donates. They can buy things wholesale, they can buy things in bulk, and $1 can provide 4 meals for a family. So yeah, it really does go a lot farther than it goes at the grocery store right now, Brian, and we hope people will donate.
And I love how they don't send it out randomly. It is customized depending on where they're sending it.
Yeah.
It's a great operation that we would love to support. So you can donate to Denver 7 days to help end hunger right now through thedenverchannel.com. Coming up, the impact pollution is having on our state's snowpack and water. Plus,
climate change is going to be a complete change to air travel now.
How airlines are preparing for a future with more severe weather.